In 1985, amidst a fierce storm off the coast of Maine, Thomas Curry, a solitary lighthouse keeper, finds himself in the midst of an extraordinary event that would change his life forever. As the waves crash violently against the rocky shore, he spots a figure being tossed by the sea. Struggling against the powerful current, he pulls a woman, unconscious and gravely injured, into his lighthouse. Her name is Atlanta, and she is the Princess of Atlantis, the legendary underwater kingdom. Thomas tends to her wounds and offers her shelter. Days pass before Atlanta regains consciousness, and when she does, she reveals that she was fleeing an arranged marriage that had been forced upon her by her royal family. She confides in Thomas that she could no longer bear the constraints of her kingdom's expectations. In time, the two find solace in one another's company, and a deep love blossoms between them. This forbidden love results in the birth of a son, Arthur Curry, a child born with an extraordinary gift: the ability to communicate with marine creatures, an inherent connection to the world of Atlantis. However, Atlanta's duties to her kingdom cannot be ignored, and she is soon forced to make the heartbreaking decision to leave her family behind. She returns to Atlantis, leaving Arthur in the care of Thomas. Before departing, she entrusts the training of her son to Nuidis Vulko, an advisor in Atlantis who has long been a mentor to Arthur. Vulko teaches Arthur the ways of the Atlantean warriors, and though Arthur grows to be a formidable fighter, the present day, Arthur, now a reluctant hero, is drawn into yet another battle when a group of ruthless pirates hijacks a Russian naval nuclear submarine. With unmatched strength and agility, Arthur dives into the ocean and rescues the trapped sailors, dragging the submarine to the surface. In the ensuing confrontation, Arthur defeats the pirates, killing their leader, Jesse Kane, and leaving his son David, vowing revenge. David's animosity toward Arthur runs deep. His father's death, however, the confrontation takes a dangerous turn when a bullet fired by Jesse punctures the submarine's hull, causing a deadly breach. David desperately pleads for Arthur to save his father, but Arthur, unwavering, walks away. In a final act of defiance, Jesse detonates a grenade, killing himself to ensure his son's survival. Meanwhile, in the heart of Atlantis, Arthur's younger half-brother, Orm, ascends to the throne. Driven by a belief that the surface world is polluting the oceans, seeks to unite the 7 underwater kingdoms in a war against humanity. Orm, also known as Ocean Master, uses David's attack as a catalyst for his larger plan to wage war on the surface. But not all of Atlantis is on board with this violent campaign. King Nereus of Zebul, however, Nereus's daughter Mera, who is betrothed to Orm, refuses to support the war and journeys to the surface to seek help from Arthur. Mera's arrival on the surface is timely. Orm sends a tidal wave to deliver a grim message: the oceans have declared war on humanity. Mera, having witnessed this devastation, pleads with Arthur to embrace his heritage and claim his rightful place as the king of Atlantis. She reveals to him that the only way to stop the war is for him to take the throne, for he is the firstborn son of Queen Atlanta. Reluctantly, Arthur agrees to help Mera, and together, they seek the counsel of Vulko, who urges Arthur to find the legendary trident of Atlan. This powerful artifact, once wielded by the first ruler of Atlantis, is said to grant control over the 7 seas and restore Arthur's claim to the throne. Their quest takes them to distant locations, but their journey is far from smooth. As they make their way through these perilous territories, Orm's forces ambush them. Arthur is captured, and Orm confronts him in a prison beneath the ocean, revealing a shocking truth. Atlanta was executed for the crime of bearing a half-breed child. He blames Arthur for her death and offers him a chance to leave forever. But Arthur, refusing to back down, challenges Orm to a duel in an arena of molten lava beneath the sea. Orm proves to be a powerful adversary, nearly killing Arthur. But Mera, ever faithful, comes to his rescue, and together they escape, journeying toward the Trident, including the Sahara Desert, where a holographic message leads them to Sicily, Italy. They are confronted by Black Manta, a new villain who has modified Orm's Atlantean technology and donned a fearsome suit of armor. Black Manta ambushes Arthur and Mera, wounding Arthur before being thrown off a cliff to his apparent death. With Arthur injured, Mera nurses him back to health, encouraging him to embrace his destiny as a hero and future king. Their final destination is an uncharted sea beneath the earth, where they must face even greater challenges. After overcoming monstrous creatures known as the Trench, they discover a hidden kingdom where Arthur is unexpectedly reunited with his mother, Atlanta. She has been living in exile, having been cast out and abandoned by Atlantis for her defiance. Here, she reveals that the true test for Arthur lies in facing Carathen, the ancient Leviathan who guards the trident. Arthur, determined to protect both Atlantis and the surface world, must face Carathen. In a moment of ultimate resolve, Arthur earns Carathen's respect and claims the trident, which grants him dominion over the oceans. Armed with the power of the seas, Arthur leads an army against Orm and his allies, defeating them in an epic battle. With the support of the kingdoms of Atlantis and the creatures of the deep, Arthur takes his rightful place as the true king. Orm, now powerless and defeated, is forced to face his own fate. Arthur, however, shows mercy, choosing to spare his life. With his mother returned to the surface to reunite with Thomas, Arthur ascends to the throne of Atlantis with Mera by his side as his queen. In a mid-credits scene, a bitter and vengeful David, now fully embracing his alter ego as Black Manta, is rescued by Dr. Stephen Shin, a scientist obsessed with finding Atlantis. Together, they forge an uneasy alliance, and David's thirst for revenge on Arthur remains unquenched.